What's going on, everyone? So Max Christie finally had a really good game for the Lakers. This was his best game thus far of the season. And it wasn't just that he hit shots and scored. It was just everything from just rebounding the basketball, keeping balls alive, as well as the defensive side of things. He was getting after it on the defensive end. He was fantastic out the gate. Literally, I mean, in the first 4 minutes of action, he had an offensive rebound, a steal, right? He deflected a pass. He was getting after it, right? And you really got to give him credit. This is a guy that completely fell out of the rotation, was expected to play a big role for the Lakers. Had his struggles, without a doubt, and ended up completely falling out of the rotation. He gets the opportunity again to come in, play a role because you had Rui Hachimura, who was out due with injury, so Dalton Knecht got the nod and the starting role, which, by the way, Dalton Knecht had himself a really good game as well, back-to-back games. Love what we're seeing from Knecht. You see the confidence continuing to build. But Knecht's the rookie. Knecht's the guy that we know is he's the shining star, is the shiny new toy for the Lakers, right? But Max Christie is the guy that, this is the season you have to prove yourself. This is the season where you finally get the role. You finally get the opportunity. Don't mess this up. And in many ways, he did mess it up early in the season. Gets back to it and ends up having his best game. Max Christie definitely deserves credit. But he showed exactly what I have been screaming the last, 3 games, if not longer, is that we have to remain patient with Max Christie. You cannot lose faith in Max Christie. You have to keep him in the rotation. He's a 21-year-old kid who didn't get the figure-it-out season, right? Max Christie was supposed to already have been past the figure-it-out season. But because of Darvin Ham, he never got that chance. Instead, he wanted to play Taurean Prince 40 minutes a game and have all these weird, crazy rotations. And when he did play Max, it was usually spot minutes, or it was, garbage time, or he would start, but he still would only play 11 minutes. And it's what is going on, right? Never really got an opportunity, had no real role, was just basically out there just to be out there. And now you have him and you're throwing him to the fire this season, and he's having his struggles. And it's okay, what did you expect? Again, he's a 21-year-old kid. He's younger than our draft pick this year by a couple years. By nearly 3 years. Right? Just like we've seen Dalton Knecht, he's had his struggles. Right? He's had some great games, don't get me wrong. I mean, single-handedly saved us in that Memphis game. Dalton Knecht, look, he's had some games, right? But he's also had some of those rough ones. And he's also missed assignments defensively. And he's also done a lot of things that you're just okay, he's a rookie, right? And again, that's fine. It's okay because he's a rookie. But people look at Max Christie and they go, well, he's not a rookie. He's on his 3rd year. Yes, he's on his 3rd year on paper. But this is his real first year, first role, first opportunity, just like Dalton Knecht, right? Yes, Christie was on the roster previous years, but he never really had a role, never really had the opportunity. Now you're looking for him to be great right out the gate. He's going to have his good and bad moments. Talked about it with Dalton Knecht. I talked about it with Max Christie. Before the season even began, I talked about it. And that you're going to have to be patient with these two guys. There are going to be games where Max Christie looks like a stud. And he goes and he gives you 18 or 20 points. And he's locked down defense. And he's, grabbed 4 offensive rebounds. And he's done all this stuff. And he just looks spectacular. And then he's going to have games where he looks like, he's unplayable again. But what are your other options? Now look, in Gabe Vincent's defense this game, he actually had a really good game too against the Spurs. That was actually one of his better games also. And yet it was still, 2 of 4, 1 of 2 from 3-point range. He had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 steals, was a plus 13. Only 1 foul, no turnovers, right? Look, if Gabe Vincent could just give you that every game, just give you 6 points, couple rebounds, couple steals, right? Like, that would be fantastic, right? Like, we would all be like, yes, thank you, Gabe, right? Like, because the bar is so low for Gabe. Like, the expectation isn't there. It's just, he's supposed to be a 3-and-D guard, right? Initiate the offense, hit 2 threes a game, and, grab a couple steals. There you go. But he's been literally the worst player in the NBA by minutes per production, right? Like, he has been awful. And I did a whole video on it, so I'm not going to go super in depth of it, but I did a video breaking down Max Christie and Gabe Vincent and comparing their stats and all stuff. Gabe Vincent's played literally almost 100 more minutes than Max Christie. And Max Christie has more points, nearly triple the rebounds, has more assists, has the same number of steals, has more blocks, has a better 3-point percentage, a better 2-point percentage, right? Like, he's just been better across the board in every way. Yet he's the guy to fall out of the rotation. And I've seen people go, oh, well, yeah, but Max Christie, he's not a point guard. Well, Gabe Vincent isn't operating as the point guard either, right? And you have D'Lo coming off the bench now as your point guard. Max Christie gives you more size, gives you more length, gives you more strengths, right? Like, he's a better rebounder. Gabe Vincent has a worse defensive rating than D'Angelo Russell this year. Literally, a worse defensive rating than D'Angelo Russell this year. Right? Like, you need to keep sticking with the young guy. I know it's frustrating at times. I get frustrated too, watching him out of position, getting beat on an assignment, taking an ill-advised shot. But you saw in this game against the Spurs, when he has the confidence, when the coach instills that in him, right? I mean, even at the end of the game, made an excellent decision. Got by his defender, blew to the basket, right? Easy, could have just tried to fight through the contact, fought through, multiple bodies, trying to defend the rim, try to get a shot, and it still would have been looked at as like, hey, that was good. Got aggressive, you exploded, passed the closeout, right to the rim. The ref didn't call it, whatever, right? Like, everyone would have been like, hey, you know what? You tip your hat to Max Christie. Good job, kid. Everyone would have done. But instead of him trying to force it, he made the right play. Gets out there, does everything that I talked about. Defense collapses, kicks it out, swing, hockey assist, bang. Changed the course of the game, literally. And we might have lost the game if Max Christie goes up and tries to force it and ends up getting blocked or something, right? Those are the kind of things, the growth, the hey, in film room, sit down, hey, look what you did here. Excellent. That's the right play. That was the right move. You didn't force things. You didn't take ill-advised shots. You were very calculated. You made good decisions out there. You got after it defensively. You're getting after it, rebounding the basketball. You're doing the things that we need you to do. No one's expecting Max Christie to be a 40-point-a-night guy. No one's expecting him to be 15, 10, and 10 or anything like that, right? Like, just go out there, play your game. Do the dirty work. Be high energy. Help rebound. Contest. Close out. Be part of the rotation. I mean, he was doing it. He had some, unbelievable defensive sequences. That defensive sequence against Wemby where he came away from with the basketball was incredibly impressive. Talk about, he's matched up against a guy that's 7'4" with an 8-foot wingspan. Max Christie is fighting for position, fronting Victor Wembanyama. They go to throw the entry pass, and Max Christie just goes up and gets it. It was an incredible defensive sequence. That's the effort. That's the drive. Those are the things. He continues to do that. He continues to play that way. You can't, J.J. Redick said it himself, right? When he plays like that, I don't even want to take him out the game. And he rewarded him with closing at the end of the game in a tight closeout game that you couldn't afford to lose, right? You started off rough. You got back into the game. You were up 11 at one point. blew that, had this back and forth game on the road in an in-season tournament game, which is a playoff level game. All these, San Antonio was playing that like it was a playoff game. We've seen all these in-season tournament games be incredibly competitive, right? You're in a high environment, high pressure. I mean, even the commentators were talking about the crowd and, the way that the crowd was involved and all that stuff, right? You're in that atmosphere, playoff level. You're in a spot where you could lose this game rather easily, and you're out there closing for the Los Angeles Lakers after not playing for 3 straight games. And there was an argument to play other guys. Right? You could have closed with Dalton Connect. Right? But why? Because Max Christie is the better defensive player. You could have closed with Gabe Vincent. You could have closed with some of these other guys. Why didn't you? Because Gabe Vincent or Max Christie is the better defensive player. And he was hitting shots. And he was playing with confidence. You got to stick with the young kid. You got to. I'm not saying you have to play him 40 minutes a game. If 10 minutes in and he's having his struggles and he's rough, give him another 5 minutes, and then it's like, hey, you don't have it tonight. You got 15 minutes. You didn't have it. It's okay. Let's get him in the next one, right? That's how you need to approach it. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. A past question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Hey, Phil, what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think, yes, you have to stick with the young guy? Do you think no? Right? Like, if he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Now, subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.